That's right. We're live here at Self Reliance Festival headquarters, HQ for short. Anyway, I thought it would be worthwhile to do a live stream Q&A. I've got some questions in via email and some other stuff, but if you have questions, just throw them in the comments and I will do my best to get your questions answered. Okay, first of all, let me show you what's up for Self Reliance Festival. We've got some really cool speakers coming. I should have started these live streams like ages ago. I didn't even think about it. But here's who's on the well, first of all, late breaking news. Late breaking news. We have a new speaker. I wasn't sure how things were gonna work out having tactical response at Self Reliance Festival, because as everybody knows, James Yeager has been very sick. I didn't know what was up with that. Dana reached out and asked if we had a table set aside for them. And I said, of course we do. And he is going to speak on mindset and how to use mindset to get through crisis. Because a lot of times crisis it's all about mindset. It's a lot more about mindset than skills, although skills are important. You can have all the skills in the world, and if you don't decide to do a thing all the way to the end, you don't get it done. So guys, I'm kind of vamping a little bit at the beginning to let you fill into the live stream. Hit that like button. Let other people know we're doing a Q&A session for the Self Reliance Festival. I'm going to do one next Thursday at 7 p.m. as well. I'll be coming to you from Vermont, though, so I don't know how the internet will be. We'll do our best there, but there's just been a lot of questions. So the pre-event workshop is the Plant Guilds and Trees workshop by Billy Bond. And that is a 4-hour event. It's going to be partially theoretical classroom stuff, partially hands-on. So the first question I had in was, is there going to be a video for sale of the Plant Guilds workshop afterwards? Because we do have virtual tickets for Self Reliance Festival. People want to know about this too. We are not streaming the Plant Guilds workshop because it is out and about on the land. And that is just something we can't promise to keep going with the internet out there. You just don't know for sure, right? So we will be recording it just like we did the Swale workshop. And those videos will be for sale if you cannot make the live class and you want to take the class anyway. I'm expecting the price will be about $97. I'm not sure yet because I don't know how much we're paying the video editor because I don't have the video, so part of that, it has to do with expenses, my friends. So that's the first question that I had in. A lot of people wanting to know about that class. If you have questions, guys, in the live feed, just throw them in the chat and I will respond to them as I can. Okay, so here's who we have. We have Dana from Tactical Response talking about using mindset to overcome problems in a crisis. Jack Spirko is going to be here talking about growing food in backyard aquaculture, not aquaponics. It says aquaponics there, but aquaculture. So he has a gift for aquaculture and making plants growing in water. And when you grow things in water, they go nuts. So this is a really relatively low barrier to entry way to start growing food. You can have protein in the form of little fishies. You can have plants that feed your livestock. There's all sorts of things you can do with aquaculture. Plus, as long as you keep the water in the ponds and the whatever you use, I'm going to call them all ponds. Guess what? If it doesn't rain, you still have water. If you're at work, it's still watering your plants. One of my most successful ways of growing food here is aquaponics, and that's because the plants always get exactly what they want. Then we've got Tag in from Life Done Free. He's going to talk about choosing liberty, choosing water. I just got in from my garden 30 and I just washed my hair so it's wet still. It was soupy outside tonight. Anyway, I think that's going to be a cool thing. I really am impressed with the work that Tag has done. He's just decided, screw it. I'm going off grid. I don't want to be dependent on anybody. I'm going to get this done so that I can do life free, right? Because if your power is generating from the solar panels on your roof or from the water running down a stream, you're not buying gas. John Willis is going to talk about whatever John Willis wants to talk about, as usual. We've got Xavier Hawk in talking about surviving the coming collapse. And if you've seen his live stream that we did a few weeks ago, he's a very spiritual guy, but he also knows a lot about cryptocurrency and survival. You can let him loose in the woods with a knife or no knife, probably. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He knows what to do. So he knows a lot about survival. He has been involved in emergency response to things and a whole bunch of other stuff. And he has had a vision when he was younger of the balkanization of the United States and what that would look like. So, it might be fun to ask him about that. We got Toolman Tim Cook coming out of Canada. He's going to talk about turning content into currency. This is going to pair nicely with another project that a friend of mine is doing who has just become a sponsor. And she's launching an email platform, kind of like MailChimp, only way different. And here's how it's different. Not woke. Okay, so the danger of putting your assets on technology platforms that are wanting to censor what people say is that you may say something at some point that gets you censored. And she sees that as a real issue and is putting together an email platform that will not censor. That's not what it's about. So that's what we got going. Just a reminder, if you have questions about Self Reliance Festival, heck, if you have questions about anything, ask them in the comments. Then we've got Billy Bond. It says raise all your meat for free, but I know he's going to talk a lot about how he went from city dude to what he's doing now in permaculture. Next up, we have Thecia Ellis, who's going to talk about being true to yourself. She's a 60-year-old homesteader who's making it happen. And if you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, you totally should. She puts video up of accomplishments every day. This woman is knocking it out of the park, and it hasn't all been easy. So she's going to share that story. We got Joel Riles in from Fortress Canine, going to do demos of his dogs. So last time he did a presentation from the stage. This time he's bringing more dogs. He's bringing more staff. He's going to have them, I think, run through some different drills out in the sort of the animal area behind the tent and doing some sort of fun demonstrations. We're going to see what his dogs can really do. And he may even let you put the suit on if you want to put the suit on. We got a preparedness panel discussion just like last time. Ken Esch will be in talking about bridging the personality gap. John Bush is going to come in and talk about Live Free Academy, exit and build, all the good stuff that he is working on. Yeah, Tori says I'm all into a better email campaign program. You and me both. Nick Ferguson, our fodder tree guy, permaculture extraordinaire, will be talking about raising rabbits for food. So if you're worried about food, he's talking about raising rabbits for food and doing it sustainably. He feeds his rabbits mostly on grass, and that's a good thing. If you can feed your animals on grass and you can go grass, you've got meat. Michael Whistler is going to talk about being in the zone, which is a productivity mindset. We are going to do an Unloose the Goose panel, guys. We had so many geese coming to this one from the Unloose the Goose podcast. We decided to do a reunion panel, so that ought to be kind of a trip. And then Neethi Bali is going to talk about remnants rising, using natural law to ensure pliability when centralized economy finally washes away. And Dr. Ken Berry will be talking about principles of a proper human diet. We're going more workshop style with him, and looks like we have a space for it. I wasn't 100% sure how we would have a space. Hello, Kentucky Living. Guys, questions about Self Reliance Festival, put them in. I do have a list of questions I'll be going through tonight, but I just wanted to highlight this. And then Dana will be talking, as I said, about proper mindset, getting into the right mindset. We have got Chuck Peoples talking about dealing with an emergency when there's no doctor. Now, I know we have Dr. Ken Berry there, right? But Dr. Ken Berry's not always there. What are you going to do if somebody is egregiously injured? And this is both useful in a violence situation. And when I think about the homestead and how many times I have brought the tactical redneck to the emergency room this year because of an injury, a rock falling on him or getting really badly cut, I think, Chuck's presentation is necessary for anybody. If you have not learned emergency medical assistance, man, being able to stop a bleed can save a life. That's all I'm going to say. We've got Dakota doing traditional blacksmithing, and we've got Andy Higginbotham doing homeschooling, teaching mental freedom. Jason's going to be in. He's going to distill some fuel. Chuck People says his class is loosely based on the Tactical Redneck. Excellent. You know, Tactical Redneck is driving a four-wheeler up and down a 60% grade all the time now. So that is what it is. Okay, weaving. We've got a weaving on a harness loom demonstration. That's going to be cool. So something that's neat about this Self Reliance Festival, we have had a couple of sort of what I'm going to call the more feminine skills, right? Things that are important, but they're more traditionally feminine, but we haven't had a lot. This time, the women came. So the women are showing up this time, guys. I'm super stoked about that. So weaving, the overlooked critical, Stephen Boone's doing the overlooked but critical prep fitness. And I'll tell you what, I'm feeling that one right now. He didn't roll it tonight. Good. We've got Imani and River coming in to do Building the Future with Hemp. They built a house with hempcrete. Very interesting story. And they also are going to do a separate workshop in the pole barn during the event. Imani's stopping by my house tomorrow to do a video too, guys. So we'll share that out when she gets that up. I'm looking forward to seeing her. Brian Norton is going to talk about how to build a vortex tea brewer, and then he's going to sell one. So if you want to buy one, there'll be one there. Mama Sauce is going to do the knitting corner. And then we got Dawn Gorham, who lives like 45 minutes from SOE. She's going to do safe canning practices for people with no prior experience. So that's pretty cool, eh? Canning. We finally got canning done, and I don't have to do it. I did cheese making at the first Self Reliance Festival while trying to run the festival. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Dakota's going to talk about, I just shoot him means you're going to die. So he's going to talk about weapons-based grappling and some other things. That's going to be pretty cool. Matthew Sursley's coming in. Agris Tax Advice is his website.com. Avoiding the Taxman legally. Portable Sawmill with Jeremy Bailey. Construction skills for the homestead with Jason Sparks. And I know, so last time we had the veterinarian in and she gave us a presentation. She's going to have a booth where she can show things this time. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then there are some other things that have been sort of like late breaking news that are coming, but that's the main focus of things. If somebody runs in the campground like we did last time, sort of like the flea market, that'll be cool. We have more than 30 vendors coming, tables and tents and all sorts of things. I was hoping to get Andy on to talk about food, but he was not available tonight. So we'll try to get him on another one. And yes, MT Knives is coming, and he's one of my late breaking ones. He was not able to come because he was formerly committed to another event that just got canceled. And so I reached out to him and said, hey, you want to come down? He said, of course. I believe Metcalf Mills is going to be there with the grist mill invention. That's not all confirmed yet. And here's the thing about Self Reliance Festival. If you anarchy demonstrate something, as long as you're not in my way or anybody else's way, nobody's going to complain, right? A good ham radio demonstration is always welcome. This time we are not butchering an animal, but we probably will again next year. We decided to put that on pause in favor of focusing on some other things. We're also going to have live music. I'll be singing, Testimona's singing, and our friends Annie and Toby are coming. In fact, they're playing with me, and then they have a set. Some of that may be fluid, and we're just really looking forward to this event. We have a third space where we can do some things this time. It looks like it's not 100% done yet. And I want to give an update before I start answering the questions I'm seeing. In fact, I already answered no empty knives in the comments. I just wanted to mention there is a shower area. We have not pressure tested the outdoor showers, but it looks like we will have showers for the campers. There's some things that need to be done to finish the outdoor showers that a couple days before the event, our good buddy Ken Esch, who's also presenter, who also is the dude who built the stage, He's going to come and get that all done for us so that we don't have smelly hippies. No, just kidding. Kentucky Sustainable Living. I could do a ham radio demo next time. I will have the demo app up shortly after Self Reliance Festival, and I would love to see you put one in. Okay. So Chicken Hawk Farmstead, what is the earliest you can show up? Didn't know if it was like some other events where if you're camping, you can show up the night. Yes. So anytime, if you are coming for Self Reliance Festival, which is Saturday and Sunday, October 1st and 2nd, you can come the night before. And that's Friday night. Get there about 3 o'clock. We will already have the parking lot set outside the $5 parking lot. And Thomas has agreed to run that. I need one more volunteer to help him on Friday because my other parking Nazi is at work on Friday. But definitely come and get yourself set up before it's dark. All of those things. There will be water available from the hose, but I'll probably have them in the coolers that we always have out there. So 3 o'clock Friday. Now, if you are coming to Billy Bond's class and need to camp Thursday night, you can come on Thursday night. Just come late in the day, like maybe, so SOE is open till 5. I would say get there 4 or 5 and definitely be in the door by 8 o'clock or he locks the gate at night. So that's the only trick on. So if you're Thursday night camping, really, you're going to need to email me so that we know you're coming. And then it needs to be in a reasonable time frame that you arrive. Otherwise, it's really difficult for us to do that. Right. Oh, John, you can pop on. All right. I'm going to shoot you a link, John. Hold on. So John Bush is here. He can talk about the digital tickets. And then I'm going to answer. You're going to the tree class. Can you camp on? Yes, you can camp on site Friday night after. I need to stop sharing. The funny thing is to get this link. John, I'm going to send that to you on Telegram. John Bush is in. John Bush is from Live Free Academy, and he put together the digital tickets. Last time he kind of experimented. He was like, hey, can we record it? We'll try to live stream, see how it goes. This time we were able, after that experiment, to know that we are stable enough to have digital tickets this time. So John, do you want to talk about digital tickets?
Sure. Yeah. So super excited to be a part of the Self Reliance Festival. I was there in June and was blown away by the speakers, the facility. First of all, if you can go in person, just being at John Willis's compound is worth its weight in gold in the inspiration that you'll get. I don't know if you're like me, I see incredible stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, I need to step my game up, and it like fuels my fire. But great people as well. And it's an incredible group of folks that are ready and willing to do the work needed to not only be prepared to weather the storm, but also to build a better world, right? And so super excited to be there last time. My good friend and associate, Rebecca Cunningham, who films a lot of our work and does a lot of videography for Live Free Academy, she was there with us, and she has a really sweet hotspot, and we'll have redundant internet, of course, because one thing I learned from old Jack, 2 is 1 and 1 is none.
3 is for me.
What is that? 3's for me?
Maybe we should bring Starlink again.
3's the bee's knees. Yeah, Starlink backup. Leave it to Elon to save the day. Anyway, that's good. So we are really excited this time around. Last time we filmed it, and we had like a live stream just for while it was live, but we filmed it, captured it, edited it, made it look all nice. And so now we know that the internet is solid there. And so we're bringing the crew back again. Myself, Rebecca Cunningham, my fiance, Rebecca will be there. Some of our friends we're working with too. Really, really excited about River and Amani of Haven Earth. They're like really good when it comes.
They're stopping by here tomorrow, John.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're all over the place.
I was like, okay, sure.
People are gonna love to hear from them though. They're doing lots of cool stuff. We're actually working with them on a 188-acre property development. It's going to be an intentional community. Which is pretty cool. But anyway, so folks can watch the live stream. We're going to be there live streaming it. So not only will you get the replay, but better yet, show up in the moment to be there at part of the event. People can get that at livefree.academy/SRF, livefree.academy/SRF. live.com/SRF. And the cool thing too, we're throwing in a bonus, the recording of the first one. And now, of course, the best thing to do is to be there in person. That's always where the magic is, and those connections and relationships and just the face-to-face community building is irreplaceable. But what we try to do with Live Free Academy, we call it an immersive experience. So we're going to bring some nice big TVs. The TVs will be there next to the stage, and the TVs will have the Zoom audience. And so the people in person can see the Zoom people. The Zoom people will occasionally see the people in person. And then when we do Q&A, the speakers will be able to see the person asking questions and vice versa. So even though you're at home or maybe doing a watch party or something, still a pretty cool experience. And we really make it immersive and integrative. And it's a great opportunity to feel this whole in-person virtual hybrid thing. So I'm super excited to be a part of it, and want to encourage people to check out tickets. And there's still in-person tickets as well. So it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. And guys, if you forget the Live Free Academy thing, I did link to it at the selfreliancefestival.com website. It says digital pass. That's not really on the Self Reliance Festival. If you click it, you go straight to the Live Free Academy. You hit that and you just go over there. Okay. So, in case, oh, look, there's the inside of my website.
Oh.
That happens sometimes when I'm sharing my screen. So definitely, if you're not coming in person, you can do that. And here's Red Flyer Media.
Hey, all right.
Superwoman.
There's Rebecca C. Yeah, she's great. She does such a good job. She has incredible equipment, a great eye for a high quality production. So, and like I said, if you get the virtual ticket, you'll also get the replay of the June Self Reliance Festival, which had all sorts of great content. And what's his name? Bear Independent. That guy was really cool. Oh my God.
So we're making.
He jumped out of his little puppy bag.
This is what happens when you live stream from home, right?
Well, I'm at the office. He's here at the office with us. Dogs at the office, and my kids here too. Office.
Okay, the other question I have here from the chat, and then I'm going to go through some of the ones I have via email. Is there a dedicated media picture video person? Yes, Rebecca. We do have somebody I've talked to on and off about doing photography. I don't know if she'll be able to make it. And part of the issue is that Nicole takes a while to answer emails sometimes. Nicole, there is your ham guy, Evan Dixon. He may be able to do some sort of, I see. Any possible way indoor vendor like me can stream or listen to talks happening outside during downtime?
Yeah, we could probably figure that out.
Yeah, talk to John.
No
John,
problem.
Can I send them to you?
Sure, let's do it. Well, I mean, if he's going to be there in person, right? So we'll be able to link him up in person, no problem. Hey, I got to go. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye. Okay, so that was John Bush. Anyway, so... Okay, so anyway, so yeah, Evan, we'll do the best we can. There's your ham guy, Evan Dixon. I think Evan's actually doing ham stuff from inside, aren't you, Evan? I don't know. I'm still catching up on everything that's going on. You guys, we went from like 10 speakers at the first Self Reliance Festival to 30. 30 in 1 year. The other thing is, it's our first year anniversary at this event. That's kind of cool. Okay, other questions I've had have been about parking. So a lot of you who are on here probably understand how parking works. It's going to work how it worked last time. It was $5 to park at the gas station right at the entrance to SOE. We have worked out with the owner of the gas station and the property next door to park there again. They do get some compensation for doing that. That's why it's $5. And it's right by the entrance. It's not a long walk. So that'll be the parking, and we will start parking people there on Friday so that if you're camping Friday, drop off your stuff, and then we're putting you in that other parking lot just to keep it, because last time we didn't do that, and Saturday we had to run around finding everybody to move their cars out of the way from the SOE compound. So we decided that starting Friday, we will do that this time as well. The other question I'm getting a lot of is there a child's ticket, or are children welcome? And I think this is something that John Willis and I haven't really, we kind of joke about it. Children who act like adults are welcome, and adults who act like children will be ejected, right? And his point is, if the kids come and are sticking their hands in the dog cages, risking getting bitten or that sort of thing, the compound is not exactly child friendly or child proof. It's not set up for kids. And so you have to make that your own judgment about that. There is not a child rate, and children do not get in for free. 100% no, you're buying a ticket for your child. However, if I see you with a child that's under 2, I might be nice and let them in because you're carrying the child, right? So if somebody asked because they were bringing a baby if I was going to charge $75 for that, and the answer is actually no, I will be reasonable about that, but it's just not set up for children. So that is what it is. And the other question is, can I bring my dog? Joel's dogs, I talked to Joel about this. His dogs are not problematic with other dogs, but John's dogs are trained to kill other dogs. So my thing about dogs is no dogs. It adds too much variability or liability, all of those things that can happen, especially when you have dogs that are trained to defend the property there. And if, like, they're going to be in their cages, but it doesn't mean they don't get out, right? So we want to really not have a lot of canine activity there. So please find a kennel for your dog, leave your dog at home. I have one person who has a service animal who is going to have the service animal there. And that, other than that, we need to keep that to a minimum. Okay. Other questions while I'm here? Anything? Here's some other updates that I know about that people kind of recommended. So Ryan Steva has agreed to build a hand washing station because we had the porta potties and sterilization stuff for your hands, but we did not have a way to wash your hands. So he agreed to build one of those, which is going to make it a little nicer, while we're there. And I thought that was pretty cool of him to do. Carrie Brown and Dawn Sutton, who I got my sheep from, they have put their heads together on, well, now that Self Reliance Festival has gotten so big, how can we all stay in contact with each other? How can we find people who are closer to us? Because we have people coming from all over the country. We have people coming from Oregon, from California, from New York. We have people coming from Canada, right? Like, other countries are now coming here to Self Reliance Festival. It's awesome. It's been 1 year. Our first event was like 150 people. And I was like, well, that's pretty good. 500 people, 800 people. Like, everybody is coming together in a way that's really inspiring to me. But they put their heads together to figure out how can we connect people. And so they'll have an area where you can drop your information, as much information as you want to, talk a little bit about the kind of thing you're looking for. It's going to be an information booth, and their goal is to connect people. At that booth will also be t-shirts for sale. We're going to have Self Reliance Festival t-shirts for the first time this year. So that's what's happening. And I'm really thankful for them for doing it. I talked to Carrie about it the other day, and he and Dawn were kind of both volunteering to do it, and I kind of put them together so that they could combine efforts. And the first thing they did was start a Telegram group. So if you're not in the Telegram group, the link went out in the email we sent, and it's an invitation link. It's invitation only to the Self Reliance Festival Telegram. It's called the Self Reliance Festival Community. If you need an invite and you know me, hit me up on Telegram. Or hit me up in my group, my Living Free in Tennessee group on Telegram. We'll try to get you connected in there if you did not get the link in your email. That's another way you can connect. I have been sort of on the fence about if it makes sense to start a Facebook group. We do have a Facebook page, right? Here's the Facebook page. Sharing my screen again. So if you want to like the Facebook page, we only have 154 followers. Now, I know we have more than 150 people in our network. This is the meme that went out. Says fuck your feelings, harden the fuck up, and stop acting like being a victim is your job. Ain't no one paying your bitch ass. John Willis. So if you want to see funny memes, go to Self Reliance Festival Facebook page. Check it out. If you're not on Facebook, that's fine too. What I have been sort of torn about is usually when you set up something like this, you set up the Facebook and the Instagram and the Twitter and the MeWe page and the Telegram group and the TikTok page and the blah, blah, blah. So that's a lot of asset management to handle. And I'm doing that for my podcast and I'm doing that for my coffee already. And I feel a little overwhelmed adding a third brand to manage. So unless people tell me, you know what, Nicole, we actually really prefer interacting with each other on MeWe or whatever, or we're willing to admin the group on Facebook so that we can have more of a conversational group versus a page where you're just seeing posts from sort of the Self Reliance Festival staff. I'm going to wait till I hear from you. And 30 Day Review says, the festival needs a social manager. The festival is looking for somebody to do marketing. Yeah, we are. As the festival grows, coordination of the event takes more time. And we have somebody in charge of overseeing vendors. And Evan, the reason I hadn't connected all the dots on you is I skimmed the vendor list today, but I haven't had my vendor meeting this week and I've been out of town. So we have somebody handling vendors. We have somebody handling volunteers. We have somebody, John Bush is handling the digital tickets, right? I'm big picture coordination with speakers. We have somebody handling the parking. So there are all these people involved who are in charge of pieces of the event, and that has made the event run pretty well. I'm happy about how well it's run because people have stepped up and helped. And at this point, we will be looking for somebody to make sure marketing happens on a regular basis, to work with me on what the marketing plan looks like. And if you're that person and you're hearing this, Nicole@livingfreeintennessee.com is my email, or go to livingfreeintennessee.com, click on contact, that goes to me, or go to selfreliancefestival.com, click on contact, that email also goes to me. Okay, so there's lots of ways to do it. What about the new platform that Tag and Billy started? Okay, so let's talk about freesteading. If you haven't heard about this, it's really cool. I haven't spent as much time on there as I want to, but I love this. I'm going to share my screen again. Are we going to set up Self Reliance Festival at freesteading? Yes, this is why I need a social media manager to help me. I need the graphic assets. That's what's in my way of getting set up here. So this is a new social network. It's called freesteading.com. It's full of permaculturists and small business people and people who are interested in prepping and preppers, and they have communities here. So if you click on communities and your internet's working, it brings them up. But there we go. See, so like Permapasture Farms has a community. You can go there and follow that. So it's sort of like MeWe or Facebook in that way. They have an events calendar that's sort of managing all of the events. And my internet just got really slow, so excuse me. So you see this? There's all these things. Look, Back to the Land Festival is right there. That's the week before Self Reliance Festival, and it's really close. Like if you want to come to Tennessee and check out Tennessee, go to Back to the Land, take a few days to look at things, and then go to Self Reliance Festival. Midwest Preparedness Festival is that same week. Next year, I've been talking to Midwest Preparedness Festival people. Next year, we're not going to overlap like this. We're going to sort of help each other with each other's events. But to get your community up there, you need to have some graphic assets made, and I have not done it because I was busy making this video. You guys want to see the video I made? It has nothing to do with Self Reliance Festival. Do you want to see it? If you want to see it, put yes in the comments or why. If you don't want to see it, put no. That's just the way it is. I was making a video this afternoon. It's a short one. It's 45 seconds long. That's all I'm going to say. 30 Day Reviews says hit that like and share. As far as tickets at the door, 30 Day Reviews wants to see it. Dude, I edited this one myself which is why it's very, very simple. Okay, guys, we'll play it. I've never done this before, so let's give it a go. Of fermentation. Oh, wait. Let's see. For a long, I have to go back to the beginning. I think what I need to do is turn it way up and put my microphone near my speaker. So we're going to do that and hope it doesn't feed back. Ready? Should you make sauerkraut with red cabbage or green? Is salt and cabbage all you need to start a ferment? The old arts of fermentation have been around for a long time, and it's a great way to preserve foods, especially in the fall that's coming out of your garden or off the farmer's market. I'm Nicole Sauce with the Living Free in Tennessee podcast, and I will be doing an exclusive webinar on Saturday at 12 p.m. for the Live Free Academy on how to lacto ferment sauerkraut, cucumbers, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Sign up over at livefree.academy/fermentation. Okay, guys, what do you think? I made that video this evening after a very long day. My roaster popped a weld, and I ran to my welding friend, and he fixed it for me. It was really awesome. But that was the video I made. I'm doing a really, thanks, Red Flyer Media. Professional video person says it looks good. Yes! Yeah, we're teaching people how to preserve food, how we used to preserve food before we knew what canning was, and that's through fermentation. And I'm super stoked about that, too. That's this Saturday at 12. Woo! Gonna open my kitchen studio. I wish I had an easier way to convert the kitchen. I always spend the day like moving furniture out of the way so cameras can go up. But Red Flyer Media actually consulted with me on getting this device, which I still haven't. I just got the cables for it, which will help me change from camera to camera. So we're gonna see how that goes. The only thing I need is the voice off the music. It's a bit distracting in the background. Oh, 30-day. Good job on the video. That's okay. He did just volunteer to do graphic assets for me for the Freesteading website. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, the cool thing about the Freesteading website is that, you know, it's another community. And sometimes we feel like, how many things do we have to manage? But at the same time, it's putting me in contact with people who have similar priorities about knowing how to take care of ourselves, helping each other rather than tearing each other down in a competitive way, about being genuine, about helping other people get started with prepping. So I'm super excited to do that. So, okay. So we've been on for about 37 minutes. Any other questions before we go, or are we going to wait till next week on the questions? I think I captured most of the big questions. I know Amanda told me she ordered 10 porta potties. We had 6 last time. She did a little walkthrough afterwards. They looked pretty full. So we're getting 10 porta potties this time to deal with all of the activity at the event. And I think that'll be good. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds here before we sign off. Guys, thanks for joining the live stream tonight. And I'm looking forward to this event. It's going to be really fun. It's, you know, getting ready for an event like this, like the inside view, behind the view. Oh boy, look at this. She's going to show me tricks with it. I guess I better bring it with me. So getting ready for an event of this scale is a lot of work. And there's a point in every event where you feel like, I have no idea what's going on. There's a lot of details to track. Blah, head explodes, right? And it's not super bad, you know, like that's just normal event stuff. And I've done a lot of events. I understand how that is. But we are now over what I call over the hump, where we're like, okay, we see it all coming together. You know, we always knew it was going to come together. We have one more thing to do where we may move some speakers around based on the AV requirements, if they have presentations or not. At the last second, last week, I had the opportunity to get a retractable screen for the garage. I need to find an electrician to run some electrical, and I have a professional audio guy coming to install a retractable screen and projector, which is another sizable investment in the infrastructure for this event. But it'll make it so the people who want to show a PowerPoint can do it in the garage. And that's awesome. because the one thing that happens is everybody's like, can I do a presentation? I'm like, on the whiteboard you can, because getting enough juice under a white tent to be able to actually see is difficult, and the garage space is actually better for that. So we're going to get that, and we can actually fit about the same number of people under the tent or in the garage. So I think it's going to work out well. Can't wait to see that. I've got another question here. Timeline for parking Saturday morning and when the program starts. As of right now, gates opened at 8 o'clock for Saturday morning entrance, and usually the parking guys are out a little bit before that, like 7:30ish at the gas station, getting you all parked up. Vendors have earlier access, so that's specific to vendors, so they can come Friday and set up. I don't know what the time is for setup. I'm sure they've been told that already. And then they also get in a little bit before the participants, so they can get to their booths and have everything ready to go before y'all come in. And then, of course, there will be a couple rows of tent booths between the event tent and the garage. So you kind of walk down what I call vendor row. And then inside the factory, there will be 18 spaces with vendors in them. So last time people weren't really sure if they could go into the factory or not. The cool thing about Self Reliance Festival is an outdoor festival, so you have to be prepared to be outdoors. But if you need to cool down a little bit because it's hot, or warm up a little bit because it's cold, you can go in the factory, look at the things that people are doing in there, shop for some awesome SOE equipment, and then go about your day, right? So that'll be there too as well. Will the online video have its own mic? We take sound off the board, Justin, for the online video. So you're getting the same audio as we're getting in the tent or in the garage. And we do take questions from the Zoom group. So during Q&A, we do take questions. Yeah, I don't know if we will be broadcasting verbal questions or not. Red Flyer Media is actually saying, oh, we're going to talk about that. So we do a lot of AV setup on Friday where we're like, which cord goes where? I bought 400-foot cords so that we can, we don't have the infamous cord up to the center pole and down, which was kind of funny last time. Everybody who's there knows why it was funny last time. So let's see. I think that's everything. The gate will be closed at night to the compound, but Nighthawk is tent camping by the gate if somebody needs to get out. But there are sort of like gate closure hours. Usually he closes it at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night. I don't know if that will change because of the music. Music is going to start probably by 6 while we're having dinner. And then I imagine it'll be over a little bit on the... It worked till it fell, yeah. That's out of the bag. The cable fell, the last one. So those hours we're still working out. And part of that is just confirming how long the music sets are, making sure everybody has time. This event has a little bit more of the festival side of things, which is going to be fun. Yeah, Evan, those will be sent by email. And if you signed up sort of recently in the last couple of weeks, you probably haven't gotten your email yet, but we will be sending you. We usually send confirmation emails once individually, and I usually send one the week of just saying, hey, just to summarize, this is all the things again, because it's nice to have everything in one place. But a lot of people like to come in and set up Friday. And we did have, I think it was after 3 p.m. Friday that we did it last time, but we will see. I have to confirm that with my vendor coordinator because they make that decision. I'm not making that decision anymore, right? That's so little trick about leadership. When you delegate something to somebody and it's not something you need to be making a decision about, you let them make the decision and then you support them 125%. And in this way, you end up with a good, confident team running their stuff. Because if you tell them what to do all the time or second guess their questions, then they always look to you for answers. And that's not the point of working with a team, right? Anyway, okay, guys, thanks for joining the live stream tonight. We will, as I said, we'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. I don't know who will be on the live stream. I'm going to try to get Food Guy on. We'll see if he can build it into a schedule, but he might be working. So at some point, I might have a surprise Q&A with him. Thank you so much. This is a new channel on YouTube. If you're on my LFTN channel, go over to Self Reliance Festival and hit like and subscribe. I guess hit subscribe and the bell button. Share the channel out. When I get my first 100 followers, I can do more things with the YouTube channel. I did decide to do a Self Reliance Festival specific channel just so that we don't get so much brand confusion. And also it was time. We grew enough that it was time. So definitely help me with some follows, tell your friends about it, and we will see you soon. Thanks guys, everybody, for joining.